GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
When I was growing up, I have been on many of my dad's sets. And there were times, not now, I'm talking about way back then when I was in school, that collaborations were always there. My dad has worked with a lot of South filmmakers in that period also.
The first time Prabhas Anna was coming for promotions to Chennai, I picked him up from the airport and we were just traveling on the car. They are Telugu students, so they know me. Who knows me here, sir, he told. The major portion we shot down south, animal was like a craze. We were not able to take Bobby Anna through the lobby.
So I had to get them to notice me, and I worked towards that. I mean, Animal is an R-rated film, yet kids recognize me thanks to social media and the internet, because the clips of my introduction became so viral that when I was growing up, I used to see my dad, and he's a legend. He's an all-time superstar. And there were people always around him trying to make him feel, even in his real life, that he's larger than life. So I'm always, I can never take too much compliment. I'm not something unique. I am different. I am myself, and he's the simplest person you come across. He's such a big star, such an amazing actor, you know. As soon as the camera comes on, I might be big and all that, but you become larger than life in front of the camera. You know, he's such an amazing actor.
Do we get to see you in Animal Planet?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Bobby sir, how do you feel? This is the era of Bobby Deol. It's Bobby Deol 2.0, 3.0, jaise bhi bol lo, but it's, how do you feel? Like, there's so much love and there's so much like euphoria about you.
You know, it's an actor's dream to get so much love, and I have been blessed with love throughout my career. It's just as an actor, I was letting my fans down with not choosing the right kind of subjects, or maybe sometimes destiny has something written for you, and things happen according to that. But I'm so overwhelmed, and I feel so grateful to each and every one out there who's giving me so much love. Wherever I go, people just bless me. You know, they just say, हमारी दुआ आपको लग जाए, मतलब कि आप और तरक्की करें, and you know, it's like, it's just, I feel I'm living in a dream. You know, it's like, for me, I never imagined doing South cinema, which we call now, it's pan-Indian.
Absolutely.
It's pan-Indian cinema, but there was still when we talk about different languages, I never thought I'll do films from different languages. And what better way to start than with kanguva?
Absolutely, the look is amazing. I like ferocious. मुझे जानना है कि the thing that I said, that today there is a difference in people's outlook towards people who come from different regions. I'm a Bengali. I'm working in Mumbai, and I'm working for a company that is predominantly been a huge brand down south, and now they have started their pan-India channel, right? So I have seen all the worlds, and I've seen the worlds emerging and like completely coming together. Do you see that change? पहले जब आप किसी को approach करते थे, maybe if you had approached somebody, do you feel like that time people would treat you like a South filmmaker, South producer, and then suddenly today everything has changed because of how people's opinions have shifted?
No, this is just the beginning of what I see, and a lot more to change. Like, and but the beginning is very good. Like Rajamouli sir opened up the Hindi market with his Bahubali and Tripla. And a lot of South directors have started working. A Telugu director has made Animal, a Tamil director has made Jawan. And a lot more to come, I think. Earlier it used to be like our Singham was remade here, Gajani was remade here. And a lot of Hindi films were remade Dabang was remade in South. Now the era is going to be the collaboration of both the talents. Like War 2 is a right blend of both the talents. Kanguva is a right blend of both the talents, and lot more to come.
So was Jawan, I think, Nayanthara.
Yeah. But also, I have to say something, is that when I was growing up, I have been on many of my dad's sets, and there were times, not now, I'm talking about way back then when I was in school, that collaborations were always there. There were films that were made simultaneously in Telugu and Hindi, and they were shot in the same location, and my dad has done those kind of films, you know. So my dad has worked with a lot of South
Yeah.
filmmakers in that period also. You know, it was just that social media and the internet has made it more elaborate and more louder as to how it was and how it isn't and that. But it existed. Now I'm so glad, as you said, that there is nothing like Tamil film or, you know, it's more about a pan-Indian film that is
Yeah.
being made. You know, I've been on the sets and I've seen it, you know. So it's my, even Jitu sir has done so many films with South producers. Big hits he gave.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's always existed. It's just right now my brother's shooting a film in Hyderabad and it's being produced and directed by from the Telugu industry, but it is what's happening now, you know. So it's amazing how this whole thing is
Yeah, so
coming.
collaboration is
Yeah,
happening.
I mean the language is no barrier anymore because we make Hindi films and we dub it in different languages.
That is true.
You
Even
know.
Jawan, I think, was dubbed in all languages.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when you brought up S.S. Rajamouli sir. This was 2015, if I may say a story. So we were all journalists and we were all young journalists at that point. I was with a newspaper. We had a group of few journalists today who are, of course, in their prominent positions. But at that point, we were all like newcomers. And I remember that the same team, actually, the same PR team, were doing the interviews of Rajamouli sir. And suddenly they call us, and our interview was scheduled at 5:30 or whatever. They call us and say, "Can you come a little early?" And it was 2:30. They come by 3. We rushed. Lot of people didn't recognize him, didn't turn up for interviews. And the movie released on a Friday, and by Sunday, everybody who couldn't come or didn't want to come, they wanted an interview of the same man. I have literally seen that shift, you know, and I'm being very honest. Did you ever see that in your life, like when you met people from here?
No, I'll tell one of my experience. Like Karan Johar presented Bahubali 1 in Hindi. I presented in Tamil. I was the producer for
Absolutely.
Tamil. And the first time Prabhas Anna was coming for promotions to Chennai, I picked him up from the airport and we were just traveling on the car. So two guys were like waving to him. They were taking a risk on the traffic, like literally taking a risk to have a glimpse of Prabhas Anna. And he told that he asked them in Tamil, Ena Theriyuma, do you know me? Then they replied in Telugu. Then he told that they are Telugu students, so they know me. Who knows me here, sir? He told. Then I told Anna, this is the time you are coming, 1 month before the release. You come after the release. I cannot take you like this. I have to have security guards and that thing happened within a month when he came one day after the release to promote the film. We were in a pressure of putting some 20 bouncers to take
That's
him
true.
inside the hotel. So same thing I witnessed with Bobby sir also. The major portion we shot down south. Animal was like a craze, especially in Andhra. It was a craze. So we were shooting in a very closed environment of Ramoji, where that is the second schedule. First schedule we shot in Chennai, Animal released, and the second schedule happened in Ramoji. It's a closed studio, and from the hotel inside the studio, we were not able to take Babi Anna through the lobby. We were in a pressure like 200, 300 people always waiting there to have a look at him, take a photograph of Babi sir. So we had to take the back route of the hotel through the kitchen and we have to take him to the set. So that is the kind of change and recognition a star gets once he
Absolutely.
enters into a different language. And I think after 2 or 3 years, you can't claim that Babi sir is a Bollywood actor. We'll be
He already is a pan-India
owning him more like from South. He's in
Why so many years, sir? बॉबी सर मुझे याद है हमने एक कॉन्वर्सेशन किया था कि आपने बोला था कि व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू इंट्रोड्यूस आई यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज से कि आई एम अ 90s kid, I've grown up on his films, you know, I will still dance to songs of Soldier and Gupt and all of that, and but this generation doesn't really know me. I feel that has shifted. Do you see that shift with Animal especially, and now with Kanguva?
It has changed a lot. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you know, when I used to talk to you earlier, because our population is very young in our country, and they haven't grown up seeing my movies at that point, because I took a big gap in the middle. So I had to get them to notice me, and I worked towards that. I did films which were with big superstars like Salman and with Akshay. So that I knew that a lot of audiences will go and see me, and that's how they started recognizing me. And then eventually, Ashram, it created this
Absolutely.
craze, and I mean, Animal is an R-rated film, yet kids recognize me thanks to social media and the internet, because the clips of my introduction became so viral. So things just changed, it was like God was showering me with so much love.
But did you expect this when you were shooting or when it was up for release? Did you expect this? That this change would happen?
I didn't expect this. No one can expect this. Every actor dreams about something like this happening to them. It's a dream. You ask any actor, it's not about becoming a star. It's about being recognized and being loved for your work as an actor. That was the most important thing. That is the most important thing to every actor.
Yeah.
Because stardom comes and goes. And for me, it is just, I feel I'm living in a dream. I keep pinching myself every other day when I wake up in the morning. It's just really, I'm like, God is being so kind and audiences are giving me so much of love.
In your family, you guys are true definitions of men and gentlemen, right? Because you have so much of machismo on screen, but deep down, you guys are extremely sensitive and emotional. And last year was a year of awakening for everybody. Like, it was a great year for the entire family.
Yeah, it was.
And I have seen Sunny sir get like really emotional. Like, what would a person do when a film has hit 500 crores? Like, there are 500 crores in the family by the end of the year. And I have seen like they're celebrating, but there is that sense of emotion. You have broken down in my interview in the last one, which I did. But how would you define that? Do you think it's all about your upbringing, that it's not like you could have gone either ways, right? Like, men at a certain age, they are said that you have to be doing this or you don't have to do this, you shouldn't do this. But you guys have actually been like the true definition of men, that how men should be.
I don't know. I think it's my upbringing. Honestly, it's just the way we've been brought up, the environment in my house. It's very real. We don't get carried away with success and things like that. I think I've always seen to it that when I was growing up, I used to see my dad, and he's a legend. He's an all-time superstar. And there were people always around him trying to make him feel, even in his real life, that he's larger than life. And I used to not understand why they were doing that to him, And my dad stood his ground and never got carried away with that, because anyone can get carried away with these 5-7 people around you all the time, making you feel like you're a god or something, So I can never take too much compliments, too many compliments, because I don't want to get carried away. I mean, sometimes people ask me, so tell us some incident when you met some fan. What was it? It must have been amazing. I said, you know what? I have so many people I meet, and there's so much love I get that I cannot pinpoint one of them. And so I don't like to get carried away with things, because everything is short-lived, You can't be, I'm not something unique. I am different. I am myself, and I really stay away from it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just that we're very simple people. I think simplicity is the most amazing thing if you can keep it,
And when we come to Kanguva is a deeply rooted story. If you see, you are naming films that have come down from the industries down south. All the deeply rooted films have really, really struck a chord, because it actually helps the other people outside of that region connect with that region. Whether it's a Kantara, whether it's an RRR, whether it's a Bahubali, it's again very deeply rooted. Kanguva is also in that space. What are your expectations when it comes to content? What is the expectation that you have?
No, the content-wise, the most promising thing what we feel after watching the film is, everyone thinks that everyone will get the feel that it is a big span film. But whatever big titles you told, like Triple R, or the content doesn't resemble anything. It's completely fresh, and it will be a different experience for Indian audience and cinema lovers. So that is the biggest point we have on Kanguva.
A lot of times today, there's an ongoing debate that people, like actors especially, have to be very nice and warm as people for everybody to approach them. Like, they have to, like, the entourage costs, and these are conversations that are constantly happening here in Mumbai for sure. But I want to ask you, how important is it for a producer to have easygoing actors who are great actors,
No,
but who are also easygoing like Surya sir and
Producer
Bobby
from
sir.
South. As a producer from South, I always thought that Bollywood is another planet. And there was a lot of fear, but Bobby sir made it so easy. And now I can proudly tell and happily tell that if we would have traveled with any South star also, we would have not been so comfortable and so warm and welcoming like Bobby sir. It's a pleasure working with him, and he made the process of Ganguva filmmaking as very simple, and the whole team, including the DOP, everybody are in love with Bobby sir now. So I think we should do a lot of work together. That is the
I hope so too, to work with
Yes,
you
sir.
again and again.
Pleasure, sir.
Absolutely. How was it working with Surya sir? Because he
Oh,
also comes in.
he's a simplest person you come across. He's such a big star, such an amazing actor, you know. And one of the first things which I saw when I was approached for this film was, as soon as they took Surya's name, I said, I'm on. But obviously the script and the content made a difference, so I had to hear that out, and that was again so different from what I've been hearing. I mean, a lot of films are period films, but this is a complete different period they've showcased in this film, you know. And it's fiction, but yet when you talk about deep roots, I mean, every script has to be deep rooted.
Absolutely.
If they're not deep rooted, you cannot connect with the emotions, you know. So all those emotions you'll see in the film. But Surya is just transforms in front of the camera, you know. The other day we were doing an interview and he gives me so much of love and respect. He kept saying that, you know, Bobby walks in and he's been such a blessing for the film. We're so happy he's a part of it. You know, I felt small. I wanted to tell him, dude, I told him, I said, you know what, as soon as the camera comes on, I might be big and all that, but you become larger than life in front of the camera. You know, he's such an amazing actor.
Absolutely.
He's just this animal out there. He's this, you know, kanguva out there who's going to destroy anyone who comes in the way of his life.
You worked with so many.
Yeah,
He's
superstars.
worked with but he's worked with
Surya sir
so
only
many times.
so many times.
11th film with Surya sir. It's always a pleasure. I never, not even a single meeting or single day, I felt that I am dealing with a big star. He keeps everyone like, he never feels he is a star. That is the biggest
That is true.
comfort zone he gives to the people around him. And this was a very beautiful travel with him. Last 20 years I have been traveling with him, and it's phenomenal travel. And every time South creators make a film like KGF or Bahubali, the whole industry thinks they are mad. The biggest dream is seen as a madness. And if you're not mad, you cannot make a film like Bahubali or KGF.
Absolutely.
So the same madness is in with Ganguva.
My last two questions would be that to you, one, you worked with so many other actors also, right? Like Vikram sir you worked with, and there are so many other superstars that you worked with. How do you feel that they're different from each other in their treatment or their method that they have towards the art? Because he also did like a phenomenal like transformation and everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's
like it's
amazing.
incredible, the looks.
Vikram sir is another level. Everybody's pattern of acting may be different, but one connecting factor between them is like they will do anything for the role to justify the role what they have
Yeah,
taken.
I mean like the transformation that he had for the previous film, it was Thangalan, just amazing. Like I feel like as an actor, it takes so much toll on you physically, but he was ready to do it from the first.
No, he loves doing that. So
That's
he's like if you both Vikram sir and Surya sir, you go with a simpler subject, which may be a mind-blowing super hit concept. They have to stress little. I don't think they will jump into it. Their effort should be to the maximum. They love doing that. So that is the hard work kind of thing what they bring on the project.
And to you, of course, Animal has worked so well. Animal Park has been announced and said that it is gonna come in 2 years. Do we get to see you in Animal Park?
I really don't know, because see, Sandeep is making a film with Prabhas, and that hasn't started as yet. So once that starts and gets over, it's a long process, Because even Animal took almost a year and a half to be made, and then another 6 months for it to come out.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it'll start.
But you are there in it.
I don't know. I really don't know.
But a film with Sir maybe, like Sunny Sir and Dharamji, Abhi.
See, we've been working on scripts, but it's just not, we can't just take the audiences for granted. We have to have a good script. So if there is a good script that comes our way, we'll definitely work together. I mean, I would love to work with my father and my brother,
So thank you so much for doing this. Genuinely
Thank you.
meant a
It was
lot.
always great talking to you, man.
Same here.
Thank you.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.